Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and I'm joined today by Brian Molnar at the bottom of Main Street as we prepare for the annual Veterans Day Parade, which would have been our 16th, but it's our 15th because of the 1 year we lost to COVID. It started way back in 2007. And Brian, tell me about the lineup today. What do we have going on?
So we have around 30 marching groups. Of course, we have all our American Legions. We have our VFWs in town. We have all our Scout troops. Girl Scout troops will be here. The Colonial Fife and Drum Band will be here. They usually come. And today, the high school band featured will be Colonial High School.
Oh, okay, great. So do we normally have a Grand Marshal? Do we have a Grand Marshal today?
Yes, it's Mike Janikowski from the Post 87.
Right down the street.
Right down the street.
And he's the current commander, isn't he?
He's the current commandant.
He's a really, really good guy. So we've been doing this parade. It started way back, as I said, in 2007. John Eberhardt, who worked for the town for many years in the 90s and beyond that, is the recreation director. We actually worked together. In 2007, he became or reinvigorated the Veterans Alliance, which had, just kind of gotten dormant, and we hadn't had a parade in a long time. So he came along and got this thing going, and thank goodness he did.
Yeah, he's the one that does all the work. The Veterans Alliance, they pick the Grand Marshal, they pick the date, they do everything. Recreation Department helps them, and this is the finished product.
Great. So we got two people who help us run this township of Woodbridge here. We have our business administrator, Vito Simaluka, and we have Chief of Staff, former Councilwoman Carolyn Ehrlich. Welcome, folks. What do you think? A little cold?
Just a teeny bit.
Vito, here, you take this one.
No, it's okay.
You can share.
We can share. Right.
So
There you go.
You've done this parade many times as a council person.
yes.
Well, no, you didn't. What am I saying? You were off the council by the time this started, weren't you? Yeah, you were chief of staff.
Right.
You've never
Right.
actually marched this as a council person.
right,
Yeah, all right.
right.
But you've done it every year since. Tell me your thoughts today, other than a little bit of nip in the air, a little cold. It's still a great day for the veterans.
It's always a great day for a parade, and it's especially great because it's for the veterans. And like I said to you before, if it wasn't for the veterans, we would not be standing here today. And they fought for us, and they saved democracy. And, we were all talking about the fear of what's, let's protect democracy. But they are the first ones that did that, and we're very thankful. So it's going to be a beautiful, great parade honoring the veterans.
And Vito, this caps off a week of really a long time of veterans events. You were there Friday or Thursday for the luncheon at Maple Tree Manor. Was that cool?
That was absolutely amazing. The paying respect to our veterans. That luncheon was fantastic. I think that the veterans, from all different wars, from World War II. Right up into present day, they were all there for the theaters, which was fantastic. So, and the group came out, we paid them homage, and one of the greatest things anyone can do, and one of the most patriotic things, is pay respect to our veterans. I think everybody says, what can I do? What's patriotic? Pay respect to our veterans. They're the reason, as Carol said, that we're free today, and we can make our decisions and go out and do what we want to do, because they are democracy in work, no doubt about it.
And we had a couple of World War II veterans, of course, our longtime favorite, Stoopy Dooby Doo, Stu Brandon.
Who is 98 and will correct you every time.
I know. And one of my
527.
One of my personal favorites, Mr. Kalarakis from Jefferson Street in Menlo Park Terrace. He grew up the street from where I grew up, or he lived up the street. He still lives there. My mom still lives there, so I love seeing him too, because he's somebody I grew up with, and he's just like Stu, man. They're so proud. And when they go to these events and you call their name and you hand them a proclamation and you just recognize them in any way, they just beam with pride, right, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. For them, they didn't even think about it. It was their duty. They went, they did it. It was a totally different time, being separated from their wives, their family for years. And, you didn't have internet then. These guys went away. They went on a boat.
Right.
They went across the ocean. You didn't hear from your loved ones for weeks, months.
You maybe got a letter.
Yeah. One of the... I'm sorry, Cal, go right ahead.
I was just going to say that they are the true VIPs in this town.
Yes.
Whenever you see them, There's always cheering. And,
Everybody stands for 'em.
Yup,
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
You know, one of the great things that and I don't know how long ago, Brian, you could probably help me with this, but the schools started to invite the
yes,
veterans
yes.
into the
Right.
into the schools to talk to the students and give them a conversation. It's just a conversation to come in and talk about some of the things they faced and leaving their home and going to a foreign country and spending time in the theater and then coming back here and reassimilating to society. I think that's a great thing to teach young people.
Well, I think that was when the school decided to take the week of Election Day combined off, and they're in school Veterans Day, which a lot of people were upset about.
Yeah.
But the fact
They made
is,
it a great teaching.
they make it a teaching day, and they bring the vets to all the different schools.
So
It's wonderful.
that's the one thing that we did lack, because with the school calendar, the way it was working, Veterans Day was lumped into Jersey Week, as everybody knew it. On the school board, we were giving Diwali off, and that's when a lot of people came to the meetings. How come we don't get Veterans Day off? But we hadn't given Veterans Day off since like 1993.
Right.
So that's where Brian Small was instrumental in putting together the veterans program
Right,
that we
right.
have now with Vinny Sacadato.
And that's hands-on.
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
veteran sitting
Yes,
with
it
the
is.
kids in
Yeah.
the classroom, going class to class, really doing a job.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're about to start the parade. Thanks for watching, folks, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Everhart here, and on this crisp fall afternoon for our annual Veterans Day Parade. Another great job. Woodbridge Recreation Department under Brian Molnar put together a Veterans Day Parade. Nice turnout on Main Street. Beautiful turnout of people here. The parade should be getting here shortly. Our Grand Marshal for today's parade was Mike Janowski. He's commander, post commander for Post 87. He's what a great guy. We've become very good friends, even though he was Army and I was Navy. But he great guy. He was a door gunner during Vietnam on a helicopter. Made it to Spec 5. He was with the 9th Air Cavalry. And I keep kidding him that for an Army man, he's still a gentleman.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Woodbridge Township's 15th Annual Veterans Parade.
Yeah, this parade started 15 years ago. We got the parade up and rolling again, and we have parade just about ready to come down. And of course we have Woodbridge's finest leading the parade. What a great bunch of men and women the police department is. More about them as we go through, especially when we get to my young Marines. And first order of business is the Woodbridge High School JROTC. JROTC is under Colonel Thomas Parker. He's a senior instructor, and their first Sergeant Bank, and he's the Army citizen. 85 cadets. They deserve. They build character and leadership for high school students. Their mission is to motivate young people to be better citizens. Established in 2015. And here comes, speaking of the Post 87, here comes Post 87.
He is the commander of the American Legion Post 87.
And there's Mike Janikowski.
He was a door gunner on a helicopter.
What a gentleman. Can't say enough about him. And here comes Post 87. Post 87. Oops, a little windy here. Right here on Berry Street, they're
Post 87.
busy. There's the state commander.
Son of the Legion's commander, and Anastasia Goldberg is the auxiliary president.
So we have State Commander Dan Dunn with Post 87, a great term. What a handful he had. He was the State Commander for obviously New Jersey. And it's nice to see all the veterans here up on their 2 feet and marching along. And again, 87 is...
Now we'd like to welcome American Legion Post 248. 248 is located in Colonia and is a very active post in many areas.
Post 248 just went by.
Old Glory music hours at the Menlo Park Veterans Home.
They're located in Colonia. They're just off of Route 27. They
And now we have the Colonial Musketeers Pipe and Drum Band.
and ladies and gentlemen, Colonia Musketeers, fife and drum.
Drum Sergeant is
What a great group. And just to get back to Post 248, Juan Arcanzar, the commander, and he's at county level now. He's very active in American Legion. And here are our dignitaries. We have our mayor, John McCormick, Charlie Kenny, Kyle Anderson, Vitos Simaluk, our business administrator, Charlie Kenny, Caroline Ehrlich, our chief of staff, and right behind them,
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome the American Legion Post 248.
and here's 248, I'm sorry.
Eddie Herbert
Here
is
comes
the
one.
vice commander. Alan Olkus is the second vice commander. Charlie Keegan is the third vice commander. Richard Laporte is the squad commander.
And here's 248 with their float. These are the
248 also maintains
the guys that a little trouble walking, but they're here. Every one of these guys and gals served in the military. We have a lot here from Vietnam era, some Korean War veterans, very few World War II. And here is my favorite, the North Jersey Young Marines, Executive Officer Eric Ransom, Adjutant Jay Kress, Finance Officer Mike Shane, Medical Officer Elizabeth Malfoot, Fundraiser Erica Sanchez, and right behind him is Post 87, looking sharp as ever. They are main sponsors for the Young Marines. It takes quite a bit to get these young Marines in focus on their mental and moral strength and physical fitness. And we are...
Charles Paul is the adjunct and John Eberhard is the chaplain.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Cub Scout Pack 148.
Jeffrey Broadwell's the cut master. Bethany Broadwell's the committee chairperson.
Jeffrey Broadwell, Cub Master. Bethany Broadwell, Committee Chairman.
Windy over here.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a few of our dignitaries who were nice enough to stop and see us. A short walk, but a little cool walk, but
It's a little windy, but it's still a good day for a parade.
I'm not sure I would go with us being dignitaries. The dignitaries are all marching.
Brian Valero is the parade organizer.
Good job so far, John. Nice parade. Very nice parade.
excellent. And again, Brian put together a nice job putting this together. And then again, the whole recreation department. And I said it before that I served under 4 mayors. And John, you're not going to like this, but Mayor McCormick has got to be the most dedicated to veterans.
Well, all I did, I had enough common sense when I became mayor to put you in charge of the Veterans Alliance, and you took it from there. You got the parade going. 2007 was our very first one. We missed 1 year to COVID, so this is actually the 15th. And you've done great with the Alliance. We had a great luncheon the other day at Maple Tree Manor. Of course, the veterans in the schools, everything's great. Elizabeth, you work at a school. Did you get a visit from a veteran last week?
We did. I'm at Ford's Middle School now, and we had a veteran come. I've been in the schools for 6 years, and every year they're gracious enough to come and talk to our children in our school district. I think this parade is one of the best parades that we have in town because we're able to do everything that we do because of the job that these brave men and women did. And they did it signing up on their own, and it's truly appreciated. We have our freedoms because of everyone that wears a uniform. So thank you so much. My brother is a veteran. My nephew's serving. My grandfather was a veteran. So the work, there's always good men and women who join our forces and fight for our freedoms, and we are truly appreciative of each and every one of them.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. Let's bring
Thank
Sharon
you.
McAuliffe over now, our newly elected First Ward Councilwoman.
Students, and to encourage interest, understanding, and appreciation of social studies.
Sharon, welcome.
Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Mayor. How are you today?
And this is your first parade as an elected council person.
Yes, the first Veterans Day Parade, which is great.
Don't go anywhere, Jake.
There's a lot of participants, and there's a lot of spectators today on this chilly day in November. This is so nice. Everyone's out here supporting our veterans.
All the Girl Scouts looking good.
Got a total of 8 units here from the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of Girl Scouts.
Girls of courage.
Very nice.
All carrying signs to say thank you, veterans. And Sharon, this is your ward, so it's good to watch everything happening here on Main Street.
Yes, it is. It's very exciting. Main Street is doing very good today. Oh, we have the Elks Lodge coming up. Here we go. First is Boy Scouts.
Hey, Vito.
Our Boy Scouts troop.
And there we go. Someone in his Navy dress blues.
Nice. Very nice.
43 is housed at the Woodbridge Elks.
I couldn't get my blouse on over my head now.
Right behind them, here comes the
The
Woodbridge Elks.
Elks.
Woodbridge Elks, what a great job they do.
Oh, they do so much for the community. It's so great.
Mike Robeson.
Well, I think we're going to be drowned out here in a little bit by the American Legion Riders.
So just this week, we had a ceremony where they bought a van. They had a raffle and they had an outing to get a van for Stephen, who really needed it.
Sirokak, yes. Stephen Sirokak.
Very small number 2.
Boy, I stand corrected. This is not the American Legion Riders.
Elks.
Woodbridge Elks.
The Woodbridge Elks Riders.
The motorcycle club, like I said, raised 40 grand, and they bought this van for young Stephen. And what a difference it's made in the life already for the mom, getting him every place he's got to go.
That was a great fundraiser.
Yes, Saranac, I think the last name, I'm not exactly sure the last name.
Sirokak.
Sirokak,
Yeah,
okay.
and the
There
best
we
thing
go.
about it was the person who won the Super 50-50 donated all the
back.
money back to help the family as well. It was really amazing. He donated $20,000 extra dollars toward them so they could get the van. So it was a very
That was
good
amazing.
Yeah, it was an amazing fundraiser. It was great.
All right, now, Sharon, it's time for us to replace you with one of your predecessors.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm see Charlie go next. We're going to bring Joe, you got that already. Joe, you got it already.
Okay, here he comes.
Let's bring in Senator Joe Vitale, who is an amazing advocate for veterans in Woodbridge Township. For years, he had the great Jack McGreevy working for him. Now he's got the equally amazing Sharon McGreevy working for him. And one call to your office, Joe, and everything gets handled.
She's amazing, and of course, you know, Jack was the ultimate veterans advocate. Did so much for veterans in this, not just in this district, but around the state. He lived and breathed doing that work for everyone, and we really miss him. But Sharon was his
sidekick,
his sidekick, and
driver.
Yeah, everything. And now she's the #1 in our office and doing a terrific job.
And she's,
Today
yes,
is-
absolutely
right,
terrific
John?
job.
Today is so special with honoring our veterans. You look around the world, what's happening in Ukraine with Russia, threatening a democracy, and we can't forget what that means, what that looks like. And we lost so many men and women in all of our wars, supporting democracy, defending freedom. And being out here today and acknowledging that is our duty to do that. So it's been an honor here to be here again there.
I always tell the story about Earl McCracken when he was wounded over in Iraq. And, boy, Jack McGreevy treated him like it was his grandson or his son. He just did everything for young Earl, and he needed a lot of the help.
Yeah.
Jack was unbelievable. He used to get veterans that be on 20% disability, and Jack would just look at him and go, "There's no way. You deserve 100%." And lo and behold, 2 or 3 weeks later, he would get them their 100%.
Oh yeah, no one said no.
He was. Yes. No one said no to.
No one said no to Jack.
So, Joe, what else do you have in the district this weekend? Do you have other parades that you've done?
We did all the veterans events yesterday around Carteret and Perth Amboy and South Amboy and Saraville.
Okay.
Great parade in Saraville, and the dedicated nice memorial in South Amboy this year. Did a terrific job in South Amboy. But to be around our friends, standing in line waiting for the parade to start with the VFW, the American Legion, the guys in the Purple Heart, Marine Corps League, they're all here. Disabled veterans, DAV. It's just there's such a great group of men and women that you're just honored to be in their presence for what they sacrificed and what would have been called on them had they actually been in war. But all they're here to. We're here today to honor them, and John Eberhardt, you do a great job as well as the mayor, making sure that we don't forget.
One of the things that I can tell you, my job as Veterans Alliance is made so much easier by you two gentlemen. I'm not sure if it's right to say, but I think it's the veterans are like number 1, number 2, and number 3 on all your agendas.
That's true.
So thank you.
Although number 4 is right here, the American Irish Association.
That's right, yeah.
Woodbridge. They're a great group. They do wonderful things, and they
really
just got a new home. Get ready to open it over where the Hungarian Club used to be. They do terrific things. They've got our people mover.
Yeah, always giving back. And that's what the veterans do. They serve their time in war in the service, but they still come back and they're still committed to our communities. They still work on our behalf, no matter what their age is. They're still giving back to our town, and that makes them the most true patriots that they are.
All right, Senator, thanks for coming.
My pleasure, my friend.
Next up, we have
you.
our Middlesex County Commissioner, Charlie Kenny, who was former First Ward Councilman. Charlie, come on up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Charlie, welcome.
John, how are you?
I'm doing very good.
It's a pleasure to see you, as always.
Commissioner?
Mayor, how are you doing?
Commissioner,
Very
that's
good,
right,
thanks.
yeah.
I have to say, I think every year, this parade, the crowd grows more and more.
It seems like it, right?
This is a beautiful
It
crowd.
seems like we have more marchers this year, too.
Yeah, and sometimes, you say, well, maybe it's the weather. Now, today's a windy, cold day, and there's a better crowd
It's
than
not
I've
stopping.
ever seen.
Yeah, it's not stopping anybody. Hey there. Look at that. Look. Hey, guys.
Pack 53 is carrying photos.
So how many veterans events did you have? You have 25 towns in your purview in the county.
I know. The tough part is that, 11 o'clock for all of them. So I was
right.
I was able to get to the one in South Amboy. They built a brand new Veterans Park, Veterans Memorial, and I was there for the groundbreaking, so I wanted to be there for the dedication.
Now that was the all-girl Cub Scout Pack 26 and Scout Troop 26. That is remarkable. That's such a great group of people who run that, and it's a great thing to have.
That's the group I think I saw you up at the community center with on National Night Out.
Yes,
You were talking to them.
There's a high water Jeep. That Jeep can go through water up to 3 feet. You'll notice the intake and the exhaust are way out of the way of water.
Well, you might notice that, but I don't. I don't know what the heck any of that is. If you tell me it goes in water, I'll believe it. All right, now we're joined by thank you, Charlie. You were joined by our 19th District Assemblyman, none other than Craig Coughlin. Welcome, Craig.
Hey, John, how are you? John and John,
Welcome.
nice to see you. Yeah, just by the way, we're just getting back from the Jack McGreevy was honored by the Marines today at the thing. So we were down in Trenton.
You're just talking about
That's right.
that.
Yeah. Not Trenton, in Drumthwacket.
Drumthwacket, right.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you are? All right. I was wondering why you weren't here.
Yeah, no, I went down because Jack, I had the privilege of working with him, and he worked in our office for a long time. Wonderful guy, incredible Marine, and it's the Marine's birthday, so they have that celebration today. So I was.
That's great. That's great.
Joined by Councilwoman Meehan.
Now we're getting toward the end of the parade here, so we always hit the Woodbridge American Legion. They always generously host a gathering afterwards, so we'll all be going over there and maybe warming up a little bit.
It's pretty chilly. It's feels like a real fall day. Considering
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
70 yesterday, right?
Well, we got spoiled for a while there.
We
had
did.
days in the 70s in November, which is great. But that always makes the first cold day seem even colder.
Exactly right. So parade is always a terrific event. Stu Brandow was down at the Jack.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the Marine
Stooby
League.
Dooby Doo. We can't talk about veterans in Woodbridge
We're
without
not
talking about Stu.
And it was, they had as a treat, because they honored both Jack McGreevy and his brother who died on Iwo Jima. They had 2 Civil War cannons.
Really?
And Stu got to.
No way.
Yes, he did. He had some help, but it was, trust me, it was loud. It was ba-boom.
Civil War might be the only war Stu didn't fight in. He fought in World War II. He fought in Korea. He was involved, not as an active soldier, but he was. He's been around the globe.
Yeah, he's been. Well, World War I was in there too, but he didn't make that. But he's 98. I believe. God bless him, and he's still, he's still strong.
Hey, let me bring. Hey, Deb.
We'll let Debbie.
No, let Debbie take my microphone. Here, take mine, and you talk with Debbie. Here you go, Deb.
Here you go, folks. Live TV. Switching. Here we are. We're joined by Councilwoman Debbie Manson.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So I know you worked with the veterans, in any number of ways, Councilwoman. So tell me some of the things that you've been doing with the veterans.
Well, we do the Sports Troop Rally every year. It's a great way to honor our veterans. And we do a lot of things throughout the township with them. Just coming up in December, we're going to be doing something called Cookies and Cans. And what we do is we collect homemade cookies. People bake them. They bring them over to the VFW in Colonia. And we ship them out to our troops, our Woodbridge Township troops. So we try to, keep that going through the year, cards and other things like that. But
it's a terrific. You were down at the Jack McGreevy. It really was the celebration of the Marine birthday, the anniversary of the Marines, 247 years, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they, as part of that, they honored Jack McGreevy, and I know you were very close to him. So tell us a little bit about that.
It was wonderful. We're just coming in now from that, and it was just a beautiful thing what they did for Jack and his family. And he was such a great man, and he's absolutely missed by our community.
Yeah.
He was a true Marine, a true gentleman.
Oh, he loved his Marines.
And he loved the military, loved it.
All right. Well, thank you. On that note, we'll leave it on that. And we'll give you back, you can give your headphones back to his honor, and you can say goodbye.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Debbie. Let me bring up Councilman Brian Small. Boy, this parade was so quick, we didn't get a chance to get everybody on during the show. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor.
Hi, Councilman.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Beautiful parade, beautiful crowd.
A little chillier than usual, Bri?
Yeah, you ain't kidding compared to last week, but nice crowd out here supporting our vets. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was great. This has to be the largest turnout we've ever had.
I really think it was.
Again, Brian did such an excellent job. He does a great job every year putting this thing together. And 15 years in a row, it's wow.
This is a time of year when the recreation department really shines, because between November and December, the light parade in 2 weeks, you got to bring Santa Claus down all the times he comes here. You got the holiday parade, you've got tree lightings, you've got the stroll, you've got all these things going on in November and December in the rec department.
So if you notice Brian dozing off a little bit, let him. That's the only sleep he's getting, because he's a busy man.
Yeah, Brian does a great job, always has, and kudos to all the people in the Recreation and Parks Department. They're always out here doing a great job, and like the mayor said, the next 4 or 5 weeks, they are very busy.
I look at our public works crews, they're already cleaning up. The parade is just ending 60 seconds ago, and they're already out there with the leaf blowers cleaning everything up. It's amazing. You won't even know there was a parade here. In half an hour, you won't even know there was a parade.
Nope.
Yeah, we got the special thanks to the Township Parks Department, Police Department, obviously shutting down the road. Board of Education, their help, the veterans visiting the schools, which is a unique thing that started 5 years ago, which is a great experience for the students and the veterans. Woodbridge Township Rescue Squad, and of course TV 35 for all they do, bringing you everything that's going on in Woodbridge every day out to you.
Yeah, Joe Fernandez today is solo. He's doing everything by himself.
Yeah, he's a good man. Good man, Joe. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again next year at the Veterans Parade. And don't forget, tune in to TV 35 and see what's going on around in Woodbridge Township.
Very good, John. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Brian.
John.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
So long.